Hello everyone, my name is Casey Walsh, or Miss Walsh to your students, and I'm here to walk you through the back to school night with info for sophomore theology. Some background information about me. This is my second year teaching at Bishop Manogue, and actually in 2011 I graduated from Bishop Manogue. I then went on to receive my bachelor's in history with a minor in theology from Franciscan University in Steubenville, Ohio. Afterwards, I returned to Reno and then obtained my master's in education from Western Governors University. This is my second year teaching theology, and I have taught Theology 10 before, so I'm really looking forward to going through this course with your sophomores. Personally, I am a fifth generation native Nevadan, and a lot of my family does still actually live here in Reno, so if you come across a Walsh, there's a good chance we're related. I am a loving dog owner, and this is my Bichon puppy named Bear. And I'm a parishioner at St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church, which is the church located right next to Bishop Manogue. And I have been a parishioner of St. Rose for most of my life. So looking at the courses that we'll be covering this year, in the first semester, we'll be looking at the study of Christ and the Paschal Mystery, that is, Christ's life, death, and resurrection, the key mystery to the church and the source and summit of all salvation. Second semester, we will be looking at the study of the church. We'll be looking at church history, as well as the 4 marks that define the Catholic Church. So here's sort of a map that lays out the trajectory for theology here at Bishop Manogue. So freshman and sophomore year, we really cover the basics of what do we believe. We look at history and scripture and form a core foundation for the other theology courses to build off of. So in junior and then the first half of senior year, the students will then look at how those beliefs lead to actions through the topics of morality and social teaching. And then the final semester in senior year, your students will look at their vocations. So knowing what they now know, who do they want to become? Some of the course goals and what your students will learn by the end of the year. They will be able to identify the key aspects of the Paschal Mystery and why they are significant. They will recognize the ways in which Christ is the source and summit of all salvation. They will be able to understand the key aspects of the Catholic Church and how it carries out Christ's mission. Some tips for success in my class. I ask that your students be interested, that they participate in class discussions and remain attentive to lessons, that they be respectful, that they make sure they engage in the course seriously and treat those around them with the respect they are due. They should also be ready, make sure they have all of their materials and are in the correct mindset to learn. Due to the nature of the split teaching styles this year, there is a higher chance of your students missing something and falling behind. So with that in mind, it is also important for them to be responsible, to make sure that they are keeping up with the course and are regularly checking both Google Classroom and My Backpack, and then coming to me if there are any issues. Some technology we'll be using this year. Later on, we'll be looking at Padlet, but right now in the course, we are using Nod and Google Enhancement Suite, which are both apps for Google Meets. Lastly, I want to cover communication. So the best way for you or your students to get in contact with me is through email, and I will try my best to respond within 24 hours. I will also be sending out quarterly theology updates to let you know how your student is doing in class. And then if you notice that there is a problem again on your end, because I won't be seeing the students all the time with the 50-50 or those who are 100% digital. If you notice that there is a problem, please get in contact with me because I may not know that there is an issue. And then we'll be able to work things out and set up a virtual meeting if necessary. So that's all that I really wanted to cover. I hope that you and your student have a great year in my course and at school, and that you all stay safe and healthy. I hope you have a good night. Goodbye, everyone.